Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day. And well, it's time to get ready for spring. We have a gorgeous day today, as you can see in the sky there. Blue. Very excited. So the goal today is going to be to amend the soil here on our planter boxes. Year after year, as you know, from if you grow vegetables and things at home, particularly tomatoes, you know that the soil gets depleted. And you know, when you're farming, that's why they let some fields lay fallow for a year or two to regenerate their minerals. And well, for most home gardeners, we really don't have that option because we have limited space. Not that we have limited space here on the Rancho. We got tons of space. We don't have a lot of space in the buildings, but we have a lot of space out in the back there. But we have to make do. For tomatoes, we'd like to have them up here so Jen has an easy time taking care of them, because she loves gardening and growing her tomatoes. So what we have to do, since the soil is depleted, we have to rejuvenate it. And I'll show you what we're going to put up. 4 bags of the steer manure. We're going to use probably half a bag, and kind of work our way around. This is like a dead zone here. Reason being, we have the persimmon tree when that fully leaves out, so we can't really grow anything. You know, from here, this even struggles right here on the side over here. So it's kind of a dead area there. So, you know, try to figure out maybe something to plant that would be a low light vegetable. Doesn't need a lot of hours of sunlight or whatever. Because when we get on to June, we have what's called the June gloom here, where that marine layer comes over, and sometimes it doesn't burn off until 11, 12 o'clock, at which time the sun is already passed overhead on the persimmon tree, so not going to get much sun. So besides the manure, I've bought something that has bone meal. It's called Job's Organic, and of course Job's makes the plant spikes, and this is supposed to be pretty good. And we're going to put some Epsom salt. We're going to work some Epsom salt in there too. Okay, so we're going to start at this box here, and I'm going to get the pick out. I got to be careful. I don't want to break a water line. You can see our irrigation lines, and luckily we're on well water here, and those lines go under, and they route under. I put them under the cement and kind of built them right in. It chases the electrical and all that. So over here, later, time permitting today, we're going to have to do a repair project because Millie Vanilli, the dog from next door, came over and chewed up that. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to get the pick out and start working the soil. Strong as an ox, eh? Never been afraid of hard work, baby. What I don't want to do, though, is puncture a water line. That's what I don't want to do. Don't have to work down too far. Get that soil burned up there. That's the way we do it. Backwoods glove, always a joy. I know y'all thinking, yeah, I want Rosie on my chain gang down there in Alabama, baby. Full hand loop. Let's do 10 miles today, Luke. Let's do 10 miles today. Busting up them rocks, baby. Every day I like to take a fish oil supplement. It's like an omega-3. It's a pretty big pill. It's like yellow. It has a gel coating on it. It's filled with fish oil, and you can imagine it wouldn't be the greatest taste if you had that in the morning. Well, guess what today, guys? I took that fish oil, and for some reason today, that sucker's backing up like I'm tasting fish this morning, and I'm not a happy camper about that. Oh man. Anyway, let's flip this around here, show you what we got going on. We've got well, 2 boxes completed, and the plan is that once all the rest of the soil is turned, and I've got about halfway done here, I need to put the amendments on top of it and then shovel that in, and then finish with the real fine rake on top of it, the heavy metal cast iron rake with the metal the metal tongues on it, and that should work it down pretty fine. And then maybe water this a little bit so that some of those amendments, we don't want to, what you don't want to do is you don't want to super concentrate your amendments. Reason being is you'll have a lot of green, you'll have a lot of nitrogen, there'll be a lot of plant green matter, but you won't set a lot of fruit, and that's not what we want. We don't want big bushy plants that aren't setting fruit, so we have to be careful about over enriching the soil. So let's keep going. See, George has gone crazy. They're collecting all the old. We're changing garbage companies here. And I don't know why they're doing it. You would think that the new company would just buy the cans from the old ones. But yeah, we got all kinds of new cans coming in for a new company. So this guy's going around and collecting all the old cans, putting new ones in place. So anyway, Missy Jen, what do we got going on here? Jen's got the, we always think marigolds with their orange and yellow always look pretty good against the house here.
And then the red, orange, they're all alternated.
Yeah.
Color sequence.
Yeah,
they're
typical.
Exactly 13.5 inches apart from each other.
Typical German precision.
So that they're all geometrically in pattern line up.
Yeah, okay. Well, your headlights are on. Anyway, good job. Looking good there. Good done. Yeah, we got some cow manure to put around there just to kind of freshen it up. These boxes get kind of old, so you need to amend the soil on flowers too. Unfortunately, Jen, our flag had a very rough winter here. We're going to get a new one. We're going to properly and patriotically dispose of this one. George is going crazy. They keep bringing out all the cans, swapping out the cans today. Big job. It has been a noisy morning since what, Jan? About 6 a.m. this morning. They've been.
Somebody already came up at 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning they were starting that. Look at these little evergreens. Jen, these evergreens really.
These right here. 1, 2, 3.
There you go, bro. These really came in nice, didn't they, Jen? These evergreens here.
Yeah, beautiful.
They put a little pink flower. Now how well you'll be able to see that. We'll try to focus in a little bit on that, but they're a pretty delicate little pink flower, and they're evergreen, so they stay up in the winter time. Nice. The hell, man, all this guy does is scream. Guess he's directing these guys where to pick up the cans and stuff. Well, busy day in the hood. Whacks to get that down. I gotta be damn careful this thing doesn't come down. Done?
It's gonna whack me on the head when it comes down.
Yeah, got a little time to go. A little bit, but now we're gonna get a little more light in here. Take this to the back and then we'll get rid of it. See you in a little while. Glad I took another hunk out of that persimmon tree. Reason being is it opened up an area with a bit more light. As we get on to summertime, the sun will be higher in the sky, and we won't have to contend with that big redwood tree. Those two redwood trees over there. But finished up this box here for the initial dig out. We're only going to go over as far. This will probably be a wasted area in here. It produced, the plant was real scraggly last year. I think we only got one tomato, but otherwise we're all set. I'm going to have a coffee break now, and then we're going to start putting the amendments on the soil. I think this is the first time in a lot of years that we've done a deep turn. And what I'm doing, once I'm turning it, I'm breaking up the big clumps with the back of the shovel here to get a little bit of a start on the fine way we're going to rake it through with the metal topped rake. So this is where you get the exercise, Missy Jen. Right?
Yep.
Where you get it. I see some worms in here is good. George is having a field day, isn't he, today?
Yeah, there's
Between all the new garbage cans being delivered and everything else today, it's an absolute nut house around here. George! Alright, we'll see you when we get this all turned out. That completes the first big box, and you can see the soil is broken up into many more small clumps, and that will be raked out. You know, when you loosen the soil to a deep depth, you make it what's called friable, which means that the roots, tomato roots and everything, are able to get a much deeper hold in the ground and therefore get more nutrients, and helps the plant roots spread out more instead of, you know, it would be like trying to put, you know, if we didn't dig this out, it'd be like trying to put roots in concrete. Yeah, it would grow, but it would be slowly, and it would be a struggle. The plant would be struggling to put roots in instead of, you know, leafing and producing fruit. So, all right, one big box down, on to the next one. Rake here the cast steel one, and I'm going to go ahead with this one and smooth out the soil and break up the big clumps. Here. Best way to do it. Just keep working it back and forth, pushing the soil back. And that just does a real nice job of breaking up the big clumps and kind of smoothing things down in preparation for watering this down. I'll bring you over and show you how that looks. We got a little bit of shadow there, but it's so much more broken up to smaller size. That's the idea of it. Smooth that out. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the other box. Had a little bit of a water break. It's a very demanding day with a lot of physical labor, and it's starting, what do you know, we just go from cold right into warm. But let's see where we stand now, and I want to talk to you about the water system and my thoughts on that. Give you a look at how the bed's turned out. Real smooth, looking real good. I still have to water that in, that's fine. No big deal. All ready for planting, but we need to wait about 10 days. We need to water it down to help maybe dilute down and drive down some of the nutrients in the soil. It would probably be too hot right now if we were to plant. So we're going to have to wait and see. We got a big plane. Goes flying through. Let's talk about the water system here now. One of the problems we've had, of course, the dog attacked the water system from next door, but there's been a lot of, you know, this stuff tends to degrade over time here. And these get clogged up with calcium, these little watering systems. So my thought is, and also down here, this is chewed up, it's been patched a few times. My thought is to get some new piping here, just cut this off here, get a new run all over here, and then just carefully, you can see it like right there, dog chewed that off and everything. So, and just put one of the couplers down here, and then we'll put fresh outlets for where we want where the plants are going to go. Get some more stakes too. This one seemed to be okay. This is a lot of wasted water. I may actually redo this one too, because this is a dead planting area here. We can't really grow anything. You can already see it's been coupled one time here. So I'm going to have to inspect that real carefully. So last thing today, let's get the hose and water it down. I want to thank you guys for being along today. The planter boxes are all prepped for, I hope, is going to be a great harvest this year. Always fun to have you along. Thumbs up are appreciated. Yeah, spring is in the air and summer will not be far behind. Thanks, everybody.